Okay, guys, here we are in the Mana Drain Open Finals, and our opponent is Diophan, and he's playing a Rug Delver list that's got lots of delve in it, as in Treasure Cruises, and as we've seen earlier, Treasure Cruise is pretty good against the shops as it gets over the spheres. So the good news is we've won the die roll, and let's see what we get. Yeah, this is a great hand. We got a turn 1 Lodestone, and we've got a Crucible Lock as well. So we are definitely going to be happy to keep this, and hopefully we can get through a Force of Will here. Would be a really good start for us. And yeah, let's see what we can do here, folks. But this is definitely a good hand. I think there is some merit also to playing the Crucible first, but so he does have the Force. Okay, so good start for him. And yeah, hopefully we can get resolve this Crucible. Delver. Okay. Oh, beating. Okay, guys, that's tough. That went about as bad as it could. Hopefully we draw another land here. Didn't do it. Okay, we're just going to play the Revoker here. And we're just going to name Mox Sapphire. And yeah, I mean, you know, if we can, hopefully our opponent doesn't get lands, and hopefully we can draw into lands, and we can win this race somehow. And it'd be interesting. My opponent attacks here. I mean, I don't think I would have a choice but to block, because obviously facing down a 3/2 flyer is a lot worse than him having an extra mana at this stage in the game, I would think. But we need to draw mana, is what we need. You know, it's unfortunate that he stopped our turn 1 Lodestone. It's just such a powerful play having that on the go right out of the gates. But of course, when you get forced like that, it puts you in a really vulnerable position. But of course, shops would win almost every time if there was no Force of Will. So okay, no attacks, which is good news for us. Land? Bad draw. Well, you know, we would really like to take our opponent's land here, but of course we can't do that. So we're just going to play the Thorn here, and yeah, I mean, we've got 2 creatures that we can cast at 4 and 5 here if we draw. Oh, wow. Interesting. I'm extremely happy with that. What did he exile? Snapcaster. Interesting. What did he reveal? Okay, 2 lands. He's got 1 card in hand, so if we can rip a land here, we're in good shape. Not so good, but that's okay. We're going to set our Chalice at 1, and hopefully that will resolve, which is very good against this deck. Of course, we're still in a race here with them, but if we can draw lands, guys, we're going to be in good shape. So Flusterstorm, which is a really bad draw for him. But of course he flipped his Delver, so that's solid. All right. Land. No land, geez. I mean, we've got limited time here to be able to do anything against our opponent. Because unless, well, let's see. I mean, it seems to have a lot of land here. Hopefully this is not a Trigon Predator. Oh, Dak Faden. Wow, what a draw. So he's going to take our land here, I suspect. Okay. Well, I think we have to do a Forge Master here, guys. Yeah. What the Forge Master allows us to do is respond to the DAC. He's going to pump the DAC up by 1 here. And hopefully our opponent doesn't get any removal here. And we have the option of crucibling here and double wastelanding, which is pretty good because it would leave him with 1 mana. Apologize there for the short delay. My daughter is coming downstairs, who is very patiently waiting for Daddy here. So we would like a Revoker. Would be a good draw. Staff and in. That is not a very good draw. 3, 4, 5. We can't cast it. So we could play a Crucible here. We know that he's got a Flusterstorm. Problem is if he counters my Crucible, then we can't really do anything. I think we just have to get a Lodestone. And see what he does. I mean, the Crucible would be super sweet, but yeah. I mean, this is pretty big because in order for us to use our Forge Master here, we're going to have to sacrifice all our permanents, which is really tough if this Lodestone doesn't get through. So he does have the Force, which is good for him. I am going to take his red source here. I mean, this is awkward for sure. There's no doubt about it. We're basically sacrificing all our permanents minus our workshop here. I mean, we'll see what he does, but okay. So he's trying to treasure cruise here. Where sadly you have to take 3. Very interesting. Okay, my opponent did not force my hand. No cards in hand. But unfortunately, I have to use my... I mean, it's a little bit sad to have to do this, but I am going to have to use my... And we just got to go and get our steel hellkite, right? Sundering Titan would be good too, but we can't get through. And what this allows me to do is to kill his Dak Faden and to kill his Insectile here. He's got no cards in hand. It's interesting because I'm not certain if this hits Dak Faden. Well, guys, this is a really tough spot because I don't think I can actually kill his Delver by hitting Dak Faden. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to attack the Dak, kill it, and I'm going to take 5 damage on the swing back, which is really a tough spot to be in, particularly if he draws a lightning bolt. But we just don't have an option here. Yeah, because we can't leave Dak uninhibited here because Dak will just steal our Hellkite. Okay, so this is a tough one, guys. I mean, I think we just have to kind of go for the Crucible of Worlds here. And, I mean, we could Wasteland him here, I think is fine. Or we could just play Trinisphere. And I think Trinisphere is probably the smarter play here. He's going to go down. He's going to knock me down to 2 here. I will be able to follow this up with a Lodestone Golem. Or a Staff of Nin next turn. He can't cast any spells right now. He's either got a land, which we're going to be able to start wastelanding him. So I think we're going to stabilize here, guys. Okay. Doesn't matter if he floats it, he can't cast anything. Okay, and Taylor, please go upstairs, honey. Okay, my daughter's unhappy with that. She doesn't, my kids are chomping at the bit to get down here. So that's the first Crucible lock we've had all tournament long. So pretty happy to have that. Yeah, I think everything's fine here. We're just going to go in with what we got. Okay, guys. Good hand. Definitely a good hand. I mean, we can technically get a turn 1 Trinisphere off here, which is pretty solid. So let's see what our opponent does here. Kind of important that we get this Sol Ring through, but just slows us down a little bit. Well, more than a little bit, but we'll see. I do like this hand, and if our Sol Ring does land, then I think we have a strong chance being able to Wasteland the following turn. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here, guys. I mean, Mishra's Workshop would also be very nice here too, because we'd be able to play a Thorn as a backup if our Sol Ring gets countered. Okay, which is exactly what happened. Oh, my opponent's not sending me a message. He's just writing my stuff down. All right, well, let's get the Workshop into play here. Let's see if we can get her through. All right, we did get it through. So, I mean, we've got the option for the Lodestone Golem here, but we know we can cast that next turn. So, we're just going to go ahead and try and cast this Trinisphere. Or maybe we want the Thorn here. No, we're going to do Trinisphere. Okay, which is just fine. Okay, so we did get the Force here, which is fine. I mean, he's down to 3 cards here, guys. You know, barring he's got something significant here, like, I mean, a DAC would be obviously very bad for me, but okay, Delver I can live with. This is a race that, as we stand here, I will win. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for us, we don't really have any other Thunder. I mean, we've got a Wasteland to disrupt him a little bit, but it's not doing a ton, the Wasteland, as he does have the red source in the Mox Ruby. So we've just got to hope that, you know, my opponent does not draw well and we do. And that's a good start. The fact that he didn't flip. Tangle Wire would be good here. Another Lodestone Golem. Okay, so he is tapping his mana for something here. So he's got the Ingot Chewer, which is pretty good, for sure. So now we are the ones in the position of needing to top deck into something here. Let's hope we do right here. Tangle Wire is not terrible here, guys. I mean, I am going to Wasteland him here, which is of little minimal impact in this particular situation. But having the Tangle Wire is still a pretty good thing. I mean, shuts down all his permanents with the exception of the Delver, and this will keep his spells off of him from casting a spell under our Thorn if we happen to draw something that we can cast. Okay, he did not flip again, which is good news for us, guys. Hopefully he's just peeling lands. Okay, and just do that, I guess. Okay, I mean, look, that was not a very good draw for sure, but as long as my opponent is not flipping his Delver here, it's good news. And I mean, this will impact the board somewhat. And every once in a while you get lucky and your opponent doesn't pay attention to the factory and will attack into it, and hopefully that is the case, because we would be on square terms for sure if that happened. We've got a lot of live draws here that we can have. I think the best play for us is to be able to get our hands on a Forge Master, but Steel Hellkite's very good. Crucible of Worlds would be okay. Actually, no, we don't want a Crucible. Opponent did not flip again, so we are definitely getting lucky here. Let's see if my opponent comes in. No attack, okay. So we are quickly losing our grip here with this Tangle Wire. That, or of course, our opponent has a lot of lands, so... okay, Chalice of the Void is... once again, it's not terrible. Maybe I should have attacked there, because if he flips here, then I didn't get an attack in, and if he doesn't flip, I'm still moving ahead in the points race. I mean, us getting that Chalice out at 1 is significant too. We just need to be able to get into a threat here. I guess my opponent's thinking about what he wants to tap here. Wow, he missed again. We've been pretty lucky. We don't want to see a young Pyromancer here either. Okay, Black Lotus I can live with. I mean, mana doesn't do much here. No attack, okay. Well, guys, hopefully we can get a relevant spell here. No, another workshop, jeez. Well, we've both been bricking pretty hard here. Neither of us has drawn anything. And of course my opponent must just be going crazy over there because he has not drawn a spell in quite a few turns. I would say 5 or 6 turns in a row he has not hit with that Delver, which is just shocking. Which is very, very good news for me because it's giving me an opportunity to still be in this game. Like, how nice would a Sundering Titan be right now? Oh boy. That would be amazing. Okay, Chalice of the Void. I mean, look, this is not great, guys, by any means. Let's try that. I mean, it shuts off a portion of my deck for sure, but not the type of the portion that I'm concerned about. Let's see if we can pound in here, guys. I mean, there's also some merit here to, you know, setting that at 1 again. Because Delver is based off of 1 casters, but you know, if he gets an Ingot Chewer, that would have been a much smarter play, but we'll just have to hope he doesn't. So we finally got one, and the clock race is on here. Like, how good would a Sundering Titan be? Boy. And we've just been bricking huge on lands here, so maybe it's our turn now to... So he's playing something here. Dak Faden, geez, Dak Faden's really bad for us, guys. Particularly because we can't shut Dak off. So that's pretty much game for us, sadly. And a Treasure Cruise to boot. Jeez, this guy just making me look bad here. Replenishes his hand. Okay. All right, guys. Well, He has just drawn so well in the last turn. It's scary. Let's see what we can do. Not going to get there. Okay. That was really unfortunate. I was not anticipating having to have that tough of a battle, but I mean, do we want another Crucible here? Okay, I think we're just going to go ahead here. I was just contemplating there, should I put the other Crucible Worlds in? You know, that last game was a game where it could have done something for me, but well, down to the final game, guys. Can we take the tournament down? The good news is we're on the play, and hopefully we get a good hand. It's a pretty good hand. See if we can get it through a force of will. I guess it'll be the first test. Mox Ruby. Yes, if I do. And can we get to the Trinisphere? Now, if this lands, we're in great shape. My opponent mulligan too. It lands, so that is tremendous for us. Hopefully he does not have a strip mine. And if he doesn't, we're going to have an active Steel Hellkite going. Oh boy. It's going to be pretty decent, guys. Now if he plays a basic land here, like a anything non-fetch, we're going to be able to cast a Sundering Titan uninhibited here. Oh, he's got the fetch, unfortunately. Okay. Well, not much you can do there. Okay. I mean, look, we can still cast the Sundering Titan here. It's a threat that he's going to have trouble dealing with for sure. I mean, the question is, how greedy do we want to get, right? Do we want to play the Sundering Titan and not get anything out of it? Well, we can. I mean, it deals 7 damage. That's pretty solid. Yeah, I think we do. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Because he's going to have to deal with this Hellkite here. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to get a little bit on the greedy side here, guys. An error there on my part. I should have pumped. I'm not sure if I'd changed my mind about the Sundering Titan when I did that, but... Oh, wow, he missed a land drop, guys. Oh, boy, that is really awful for my opponent. Because now I can... Yeah. Once again, I could pump here. I don't think it's really a big deal. I mean, we could play the Metamorph here, but I'm just going to try and put him farther underneath. People are going to be looking at me and watching this game going, this guy's crazy, but they don't understand the Sundering Titan's coming here. And that'll do it, guys. All right. They won the drain open.